What's up? What's up? It's the Arthur Moats Experience with Deke. I'm Arthur Moats, and that's my main man, Deke. My brother, my brother, my brother. How art thou feeling on this? It's not a glorious day. Well, technically we're alive, so it is a glorious
Always,
day.
yes, because of that.
Yes, but how are you feeling on this day? Because it's important that I know how you feeling today, because there were some things said.
What do you mean?
Last week, going into this game, that we disagreed upon strongly. And you did come under fire a little bit on social media for these comments, and some people did confront you at the tailgate. And the outcome did go as me and those people did kind of feel it would go. But I just need to know, how is my friend, the Deke Master? How is he doing today?
I'm hurting. Things are desolate. I feel lied to. But
hoodwink, bamboozled.
But I have no one to blame but myself.
Talk about it today.
Are we lying to ourselves?
Let's get therapeutic today, baby. You know what I'm here for, man. You want me to break out the couch while you just lay down?
Actually, yes. If there was a lounge chair, that would be preferable.
Be, dim the lights in here for you, man. Just make it safe environment,
it does seem a little too bright for the mood.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I am hurting, dude.
Yeah.
And I don't even know where to start. I really don't.
Well, let's start with the comment that I really wanted to address the most.
Because I am all over the place right now. I can go so many different ways. You seem more even-keeled, so maybe you can guide us.
The reason why I'm always even-keeled is because I like to stay that way prior to the game. I don't talk with my heart. I talk with my head. I know what my eyes see, and that's how I maneuver. This is where we differ. And in fact, there was a comment that me and you had talked about, right? In terms of the quarterbacks, in terms of, you said that you would rather have Devlin Duck Hodges over Josh Allen. I mean, we debated this for a while. In this
game.
No. Just in general. We debated this for a while. We did. Don't put it on this game.
In this game.
We debated this for a while. Yes.
No, because you had me.
Yes.
Whenever it came down to the offenses, who's the better offense?
And you would not say the Bills. Not once did you say the Bills.
I never said the Bills, but you coerced me into. You would
never say the Bills. You said the Steelers.
I would
every
never
time.
say it.
And what did I tell you? I
was struggling to say the Steelers because.
But I said, for me, it's not even a question which is the better team. And I said, Josh Allen on versus Duck on. Josh Allen is going to kill. And you would not roll with it. You were like, nope.
I didn't think he was going to be on this.
Give me Duck. Nope, give me Duck. And I'm like, are you serious right now? And then I'm like, this is a Bills offense that has put up 30 points on multiple occasions. And what did you come here and say? I don't care. I like our Steelers offense better. Then I said,
no,
yes, you
I did not say it like that, bro. I said in this game.
Either way, in this game, when all things are even, because what did I say before? I say, yo, Duck has not played against a good defense. I don't want to hear it. No. I don't want to hear it. And then what did you say? I still like Duck. Give me the Steelers offense. That's what you told me. I gave you numerous and I gave you numerous opportunities to correct it too, right? Didn't I?
Correct it.
I gave you numerous opportunities. Wait a minute.
Can't I be wrong? I was wrong.
No. You can't be wrong. You know why you can't be wrong?
But I still have more things to say.
No. You know what you can't be wrong? Is because you weren't going to just allow yourself to be wrong. You were going down guns blazing with the ultimate black and gold, like full body paint. Arr! And I love the Steelers, but you got to be real sometimes. And there's no way you can sit here and tell me that Josh Allen was a worse quarterback than Duck Hodges on any day of the week. How you going to say that, man? How you going to say that?
Dude, Duck's last two games.
Versus who? Who was he going against?
That's fine. Josh Allen hasn't played any defenses and looked crazy good.
Bro,
big-time defenses. We talked about this. Patriots and Ravens.
It was 6 points Patriots, 7 points Ravens.
Yeah, but his stats weren't good.
6 points Patriots. He got knocked out in the first half of the Patriots game, baby.
Yeah, but he was looking terrible.
He got knocked out in the first half of the Patriots game.
He was looking bad, though.
So what was Duck's excuse?
For this game?
He finally played good defense. What's his excuse? He finally played a good defense.
I don't have an excuse.
What was his excuse?
I don't have an excuse. There's a lot of people that do have excuses for him right now.
And you know what? That's the one thing you said good so far. You said that I'm not going to make an excuse for him because it's people.
I'm not. It was a bad game, man.
It wasn't a bad game. It was a real game. When you play against a good defense, remember the throw? No. And this is.
And that's a good point too. that was a good point.
Deke, you got me fired up here today, baby. I love it. I'm happy.
Okay.
I've been waiting all night for this moment. I had my radio show this morning.
Yes.
I was like, I'm not gonna waste this on the radio show.
Man.
People were tweeting in, yo, man, but it was a fourth round. It was the fourth quarterback. It's the play call. It was all these excuses. I said, no, I'm not gonna go down that rabbit hole with y'all guys. No. I said, I gotta save my energy. Big day today. I said, me and Deke recorded. Y'all know what that means. They said, oh, word. I said, yeah, tune in. On YouTube, Arthemos55 or IG, Twitter, The Body 52, chilling with Deke. You know how we do. But yeah. Oh, man. All these excuses I was here. I said, nah. We got to wait because I got to talk to Deke. Deke legit looked me in my eyes on numerous occasions, and told me that Duck, you would take Duck over Josh Allen. We talked about this.
In this game.
You want to try to minimize this game, but we spoke on it multiple times. You know what your excuse was? Well, he hasn't looked good versus good teams.
Well, there was that.
That's what you said. That's what you would say. And he was like, man, it's Buffalo, bro. They don't have anybody. And then
my reason, I have good reasoning. Let me explain my reasoning.
And then this is what really blew my mind. When you told me you would rather take James Washington and Deontay Johnson over John Brown, 1,000-yard receiver who ate up Steven Nelson all game to the tune of what did you have, John Brown? 7 catches for 99 yards. And you kept saying, and I kept telling you, I said, yo, you don't know. I'm like, you haven't watched the Bills. Like, I watch these guys every week because that's my old team. I played for them. Of course I'm going to watch them. You ain't want to believe me. You didn't want to believe me. I said, bro, here's a problem. You was like, nah, man, it's John Brown. I don't care about that. Overrated.
I did not say that. I did not say John Brown overrated. I know how good
you said the Bills' offense is overrated.
I said the Bills' offense.
So how can they be overrated with John Brown and Josh Allen?
Dude, come on. I mean,
talk about it, yeah, because we saw what they look like versus an elite defense, right?
What did Josh Allen do? That was crazy good. He played good.
So you mean to tell me John Brown having 7 for 99 yards? Josh Allen won 13 for 25 for 139 a touchdown. The pick, let's be real, was Cole Beasley dropping the pass.
But let's
and his impact running the ball because he had a rushing touchdown as well.
Let's go back
to
those.
Let's really talk about it. Let's really talk about it.
Let's go to those stats.
Let's really talk about it.
Doesn't that sound like a Duck Hodges stat line?
No, it does not. Not versus an elite defense. No, it does not. And versus an elite defense, it sounds like Duck's stat line, 4 picks.
But let's be real, Ducks, and this is the thing. Something happened in that, I think it was end of third quarter, because we were fine. We were fine with how we were playing, and he threw that pick. And because...
That's right. Because you ain't want to believe when I said Tre'Davious White is nice like Joe Hayden. You didn't want to believe that either. I told you that, and you said, I'm not worried about him. All because he's not a household name. Because you don't watch him. I watch this dude. I've seen him in OTAs. I've seen him in training camp. I've seen him on numerous occasions make plays. He's leading the league in interceptions for a reason. And you did not believe. I said, bro, Tre'Davious White is a good player. He was a really good player. You were disrespectful to them, bro. You were. Why do you think Bills people running up on you in the tailgate, man? Because you were disrespectful. Why do you think the comments, they were coming at you? Because you were disrespectful to the Buffalo Bills. And this is a Steelers podcast.
Don't do this to me, man. Because here's the thing. I really want to just say Bills outplayed us. They played good. They had a solid game. But
I want you to get it off your chest today. Get it off your chest.
And that pick, couldn't we say it was a bad throw, though?
Which one?
Duck. I mean, all of them.
It was a trash throw, yeah.
Yeah, it was a bad throw.
So who's that on? That's on the quarterback.
That's on Duck.
Why you make a trash throw?
But this is what I mean. My
and we can say that Josh Allen only interception was due to a drop pass by Kobe's that hit him square in the hands.
My theory going into this game was I thought Duck was going to do what he needed to do, and it didn't have to be anything crazy. And that's what it was up until that pick. And everything was solid.
Up until which pick? The first one, the second one, the third one?
The second pick. The first pick was like a little punt. That's all. And it wasn't monumental. That second pick, we were up 10-7. We were moving the ball. That deflated us. Yeah. They got 3 points off that.
But shout out to Matt Fowler, though, because that could have been easily 14 points.
It could have been.
If he runs that back, that would have broke our back, without a doubt.
It could have been. So here was my thing. Mm-hmm. This is... I want to recap.
Keep going.
This was my reasoning.
Because you said we was going to score multiple touchdowns when I told you we haven't scored 2 offensive touchdowns in a game since San Fran, and we haven't played a defense close to Buffalo. But you said, oh, this is different this week. So keep going. Come on, let's hear it.
20-10. I mean, that was the score.
You said we were gonna score 2 times on this defense, and I said I'm hoping they score 1 time.
Maybe I'd have to check the tape. I don't know if you're just
no. The prediction was 20-10 because I said that's a blowout.
But okay, hold on.
Keep going. Let's go, man.
Okay.
I can't. Oh, I was waiting all day for
Here
this.
was my if we're going back to my reasoning.
Yes.
It was I thought Duck was gonna play how he's
You said
been
he was
playing
gonna outplay Josh Allen
in this game because yes.
So now you're telling me that Josh Allen's the better quarterback overall. It was just this game you thought that
let's just say
Duck was gonna play
up
better.
until those picks, who was playing better?
Josh Allen. There was no answer for Josh. He was running the ball. He was throwing the ball. There was no answer for him. Let's be real about it. I know you deep down you want to have that, I love Duck, black and gold, but we can all be real right now. That was not the case. It was never a doubt who the better quarterback on the field was.
Pretty even.
No, it was never a doubt.
Especially after that drive in the start of the third quarter.
On that drive, and I knew you were going to pull that up. That drive was James Conner, which is why I was so frustrated because I was like, why do you go away from James after a monster drive like that where that is him making play after play after play?
I mean, the throw to Deontay Johnson, bro. I mean, I'm just saying it was a good drive.
No, but you're trying to justify. You're trying to say that was because of Duck. That was not a Duck drive. That was not. Josh Allen was their offense. Josh Allen was throwing the ball. He was throwing down. His first throw was a dime. And we were saying like, Joe Hayden, ball, any other quarterback, he's picking that. If that was Duck throwing that, that's a pick.
He was good, man.
So how are you going to tell me that to that point in the game, Duck was either outplaying or even with Josh Allen? It was not.
I don't think it was anything crazy, dude.
It was
threw for
not.
130 yards.
It was not.
And he looked good. And I'm admitting this. He looked good. And I'm saying I'm wrong.
You're trying to tell me, though, that Duck and Josh Allen were in the same conversation, bro. They were not. It was a clear distinction between who was the better quarterback, bro.
For this game, all the circumstances considering, that's what I was saying.
Oh, man.
That's what I was saying.
No, you weren't saying that.
Yes, I was.
You weren't saying that. It's cool. It's cool. You were not saying that, bro. You were not. You were saying that Josh Allen is not better than Duck on any day of the week. You're going to roll with Duck over Josh. You're going to roll with the Steelers offense over the Bills offense any day of the week because that's why I kept asking you different ways of the same question to box you in. And you would not. Remember, we got to the point where I was like, can you just admit that if everything was equal, the Bills offense would be better? And you could not do it, bro.
I could not because I'm just not a believer. I was not a believer in the Bills offense. I'm still I'm not too crazy on them right now either.
So if you're not too crazy on them, so my question is, if you're not too crazy on them, does that mean that our defense isn't good?
Listen.
No. Help me out because I'm even more high on the Bills offense because I've seen them versus our defense. And I know our defense is one of the best in the league. I personally think they are still the best in the league. But if you're not high on them, what does that say about us?
I thought we played well last night. I thought we played well. We gave up a lot on the ground though.
Yeah. Actually, Devin Singletary. Where are you at? Mr. Devin Singletary? 21 carries, 87 yards. We're not even going to include Frank Gore or what Josh Allen did on the ground as well.
Yeah. Listen, they played just better than us.
Because, as I told you, they were the better team. And
hold on.
Truth moment. Can I have a truth moment too?
Yes.
I was upset because last week I felt like I had to pick the Steelers. I feel like I had to because if I didn't, no.
I know you texted me last night. You texted me
and I said I had to do that because I know if I pick the Bills, Steelers versus Bills week, everybody's going with the, oh man, where's your loyalty at, man? You flipping sides, man. Yo, we home over here. I had a dude DM me talking about, yo, so you all this Bills love. Well, why don't you go back to Buffalo then? I was like, and that's stuff I was getting. And I had to make sure I was picking the Steelers, even though I knew what was going to happen. I knew it.
With all that being said,
got me in here hot.
You sweating?
Shout out to the hoodie though, man. Shout out to the homie.
That's a really sick hoodie.
Black Star United, man. My dog Kofi on the West Coast. Shout out to the Bay. Dog across the Moats. 55. I like him a lot. That's my guy.
I think this is how the game could be broken down, simply.
Let's talk about it, though, man.
They scored off our turnovers and dumb stuff, because I would consider that punt a turnover, because that was just terrible.
Yes.
And we didn't capitalize.
No, very true. You're absolutely right, bro.
It's simply as that. It was a fun game. I thought it was a pretty even game.
It was.
Just all around. And I might have been a little too hyped. I'll just put that.
I like when
was
you was
wrong.
downplay. I was a little bit too high. No. In all
I might have
seriousness,
been
though,
wrong.
you're right. The difference is this: when you turn the ball over 5 times versus a good team, they're gonna find ways to put points up, and that's what they did. Whereas the 2 turns we got, we weren't moving the ball like that. And honestly, 5, we could say 6 because, like you said, the punt. But that was the difference. Similar to what we saw when we played San Fran, right? We had the 5 turns, but we did not do anything with it. That's the difference in the 2 teams like that. And then also, like I said, the quarterback play, when all things are even, you have to see, okay, where are the big vulnerabilities at? When we talk matchups, I said, I feel like our defense will wash each other out. I said, I feel like both our offense, or I said, our defense is a wash, our special teams are a wash. I said, I feel like they got the better offense. Like when it comes to the offenses, though, they have the bigger advantage in that regard. You looking like I was crazy, but
Listen.
and I said we got the better coach.
No, I didn't look at you like you were crazy
You
because
did.
I couldn't give an answer, but you finally got me to say.
But you didn't
Steelers.
want to
I didn't want to
because
I didn't want to give an answer
you were picking
because
with your heart, not your eyes.
well, no, I wasn't picking at all. I just didn't want to really.
I was
Because
just
here's the thing.
saying-
Like I
Alright.
said, I was saying this the whole time, and you could agree with me on this.
Uh-huh.
I just still don't know what the Steelers' offense could be. Thus far, we're trending upward, and this is almost like the Cleveland game or even the Rams game for our offense, where it just.
See, for me, this is what we differ.
I know, because
you
you-
were a lot higher on the team. You were a lot higher on Duck. You were a lot higher on the offense. Whereas for me, I told you it took me a little bit of while for me to even start giving Duck praise.
Yes.
Because I'm like, I know how this goes. I know how you can get this false insecurity. Remember when I point out different passes, right? The Bengals play where James Washington catches the ball, goes 79 yards, and I'm like, versus a good team. What did I tell you? Versus a good team, that's an interception. I was like, if William Jackson breaks like he's supposed to break, that's an interception. Even though the Browns game when James Washington gets pulled down, right? And you're like, oh, he still dropped right in the bucket. But you see that teardrop. He's dropping teardrops. I'm like, bro, versus a good defense, those are interceptions. And you saw all that teardrop stuff, all that touch that we try to talk about and justify. It's like, bro, versus good defenses, if you put the ball in the wrong place, they're intercepting that. Versus quality opponents, they're intercepting that. And I was like, it gives people a false sense of hope. Because as fans, you're like, oh yeah, man, that's real. Ben does that. No. Ben might have one pass like that, not multiple passes like that. And I'm like, that's the difference though when we're talking these good quarterbacks versus average quarterbacks. And I'm like, nothing against Duck, but we also said this. I said, yo, Duck is a 20 and under pass attempt guy. Similar to Ben his rookie year. Ben's rookie year, I know you see he has the clutch moments and all that stuff. And I'm like, cool. Yes, he would make those drives without a doubt. And he would ball out in those moments. But he was not out here throwing the ball 40 times. Or excuse me, 38 if we want to be extremely technical. I just like to round up because it's an easier number.
Yes.
But he wasn't out there doing that his first year. It took time for him to develop to that. Not saying that Duck can't develop to that. Not saying that even Mason Rudolph can't develop to that. But right now, you cannot have him throwing the ball that many times, especially this would drove me nuts. You have James Conner who was balling out. When he was getting the ball, he was explosive, hard to bring down, making guys miss. You had Kerrith White, you had Jalen Samuels, you had Benny Snell, and you had Trey Edmonds. Every one of them dressed. That's 5 running backs dressed. And you mean to tell me you only run the ball 14 times? 14 times. And you got all 5 running backs dressed. All 5 of which have helped you win games this season. Recipe for disaster, man.
I will say this though, it was that second pick. Because are we saying the same thing? I don't even know what his pass attempts were going into that second pick because
I don't know
I'm
that.
sure. Here's the thing: I'm sure a lot of those pass attempts came off of those last 2 drives where we're trying to tie the game.
Nah. If you watching it, bro, because you were there, so it was different. I
Yes.
was like watching on TV. I'm like, bro, you're looking at numbers like, yeah, it's a lot of pass attempts, and the 200 yards he ended up with, all of that was on the last 2 drives. Because he was sitting at like
He was at 80 something
Yeah,
at one point.
for
I
a
remember.
while. He still had like a ton of attempts, and we're just like, I looked over to wifey. I'm like, man, he throwing the ball too much. Them numbers are trash right now. I wish I would have stopped it to see what it was going into those last 2 drives. But that was
Yeah,
definitely
like what the number is. Maybe
Yeah.
it was. Yeah, because maybe it was like a 25 or something like that, low 20s.
Absolutely. But I will say this though, in all seriousness, I'm still very optimistic about this team.
I'm hurt.
No. And here's why. Because in my heart, all things considered, if they play that game 10 times, I still think the Bills win 6, the Steelers win 4. But you couldn't tell me that they would turn the ball over 5 times and we would still have 2 chances to win the game back-to-back drives. if we turn the ball, if you told me the Steelers would turn the ball over 5 times versus the Bills, I said, man, they would have put 40 on us. Dead serious. Like, that's what I would have thought. But the fact that we turned it over 5 times, plus that terrible punt, and we still had 2 opportunities to tie the game up at the end of the game on 2 separate possessions, not multiple times on one drive. Like, no, we had the first drive at that last 2 minutes, we threw the pick. Then we came right back and had another drive, we threw a pick. I'm like, man, to see that, I'm like, y'all still feel good about this team, man. And for playoffs, you know why? Because our situation is this. We got to go on the road to New York to the Jets. Well, actually to New Jersey. Put some respect on it. We got to go to New Jersey to play the Jets. And we got to play the Ravens, who more than likely will have the 1 seat locked up. We got to win one of those games. That's what it comes down to. If we win both, it's guaranteed we're in, no worries. If we win next week, and the Titans are the team. The Titans either have to lose one game and we win one game and it's over, or they lose both games and we don't win any of these games and we're still in. And guess who the Titans play? Ours are the Jets and the Ravens, who will more than likely be resting their guys either for the whole game or for at least a half. They got to go. They have Saints New Orleans and Texans in Houston. Who they just the Texans just beat them.
Depending on what, I don't know, the Texans might have a spot locked up though at that point.
It's gonna be interesting.
I could be wrong.
Yeah,
but they might have the division. But if they don't, they'll definitely be playing for something, because that might actually be for the division.
Right. So for them, they got a way tougher path. Listen, they have to go play New Orleans. We know what New Orleans is. New Orleans is dog. That boy dog.
I know.
So for me, I'm still optimistic. I'm like, yo, we're in there. I just don't like what lies before us when we get in there. It's either at New England or at Kansas City. Pick your poison. But with all that, man, I got my hope still. I listen, as much as I wanted to get on you today, as much as like I really, you know me, I'm not a I told you so type of guy, but for this type of moment I was, just because it hurt my heart that you were so disrespectful. I'm fine with it. It hurt my heart because you were really disrespectful. Like, we put that overrated video up, bro. You were disrespectful. And you were disrespectful to certain people that came on the podcast, taking out Go Bills, all this other stuff. Like, all I'm saying is, bro, I told you, I said, you can love the team. I love the team. We can be biased, because I told you I biasly picked the Steelers, even though I knew the Steelers would probably fall this one. I said, in my mind, they drop this one, win the next 2. And that was my thought process the whole time. But even with all that being said, it's still a way to go about it. You can't just disrespect the NFL team with 9 wins. Now they got 10 wins. You can't disrespect them like that, baby. You can't do that. No. Gotta show them some love every once in a while.
No, I don't want to show them love. They play good. They play good in this game. I
am glad you could say it, and I am glad that you are mature and you're not coming in here seeking comfort, making excuses. What was our 4th string quarterback?
No.
Man, I don't know what happened to the offensive coordinator. We need to go back to Mason Rudolph. All these other things. I'm glad you're not doing that.
We just didn't. I mean, I could say we should have won, or there was definitely things that could have happened that went our way, and dumb things that we did. Yeah, self-inflicted stuff. Mm-hmm. But I mean, hey, at the end of the day, we didn't capitalize and they did. It was basically that it.
And I am glad to this. I thought you was gonna come in here for a second and be like, man, they ain't win that game. We just lost that game. They didn't do that. We gave it to them.
In general, if you take away the turnovers, you could just tell they outplayed us. Mean, running the ball.
Yeah, they did.
Josh Allen did have those nice throws, and some of them were dropped by Cole Beasley. John Brown had a drop or two. They just outplayed us.
And then also, I'll say this, man. Like, when you were watching the game, for me, I got the feeling that Duck looked tight. He didn't look like his normal loose self.
A little bit. And I was going to ask you this. I don't know how much of this. I couldn't see the game tape, and I'm at the game. I'm drunk, so I don't know. He was getting a lot of pressure on him.
No, he was.
And I don't know how much the receivers were getting open, but he didn't have too much time. So that definitely wasn't helping him.
During the game, I texted you. I was like, bro, because we had the Madden tournament at the Terrible Tailgate before the game. Shout out to everybody that pulled up and played. That was a blast, a ton of fun. But with that, right, I said, dude, the Bills D-line in the game was getting after me when I'm like trying to protect it. I'm like, yo, this looks like how the game was looking, because the Bills dudes were in the backfield all the time. They were smashing. They were just getting off. And I was just like, yo, this is crazy right now. Mm-hmm. And that's,
So that had to have impacted
without a doubt
his performance. Yeah. But he was able to escape. He was able to just get out of the pocket sometimes, which, like we said, in terms of him versus Mason,
Right.
That's
Mason doesn't have that ability.
Definitely the plus with him, where he's able to escape and at least throw the ball away, throw an incompletion where we're not another 10 yards in the hole with a sack.
Or an intentional grounding.
Yeah.
So my question to you was this then. Who do you think was under more pressure during that game? Josh Allen or Duck? I'm talking like provided pressure, because I felt like Josh Allen was under a ton of pressure with TJ, Bud, Cam. Them dudes were constantly in the backfield, constantly hitting him, bro. Like watching it on TV, that's what it looked like. Like he was getting hit all the time.
It didn't feel like it.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was. It didn't feel like he was under too much pressure.
He was smacked.
There were times that we got to him. It felt like it was way longer. I don't know how much longer.
Yeah.
Probably really wasn't. Just all perception. But he had more time, and then we would get the pressure, as opposed to Duck would simply snap the ball and he was scrambling right or left a lot. That's what it seemed like to me, at least.
Yeah, I know, like for me watching it, then it looked like with Josh, he would initially move around in the pocket, but he was constantly having guys chase after him. Whereas Duck, I don't know if Duck had heavy feet. We're gonna obviously watch the tape.
Yeah.
And really like break it down to see like what was going on. But he definitely,
I think you put it a good way. Like, there was pressure on Allen, but it never felt like he was feeling it.
Because he knew he could get away too.
He was moving
and I
around
think that
in the
was
pocket
the
pretty solid. So,
because like if we're talking runners, Josh Allen's the far better runner than Duck, and it looked like, I don't know, like the way I always thought it was, if you're Duck and he's seeing the pressure, he's saying to himself like, I can't get away from that. I got to go now. Whereas Josh is like, I see you coming, but you're not gonna get me. I'm fine. Similar like Russell Wilson, like just takes his time with like, okay, you're gonna get me, but nah, I'm gonna make you miss. Like that was the vibe I was getting watching it. Cause like Josh, it was times Josh is not even like bouncing on his toes. He's just standing there flat footed, like if anyone run up, I'm getting out of this. Whereas Duck, it wasn't like that.
No, it seemed like initially when he snapped it, he was in trouble. And man, that's the thing. Like up until that second pick, are you with me in terms of that second pick was the worst one out of all of them?
It was because the game
we
was
were
still
up
even.
10-7 and we were driving.
Even. Yeah, absolutely. The game was even. We were moving the ball. We were probably going to try to go up another score.
At least get 3.
Yeah, more than likely we got 3.
Yeah.
I don't know who the score, but we got 3.
That could have been 3 there, and it could have been 3 when we fumbled on that Wildcat.
True.
At least 3, because we were right down in their zone within
absolutely.
20.
But then the flip side is they could say the same thing when Devin Singletary broke that long run and TJ Watt
he fumbled,
punches it out.
Yeah, and then Cole Beasley dropping the ball and getting the interception.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was just one of those games, man. It was just one of those games. Turnovers on both sides. They capitalized. We had more. It felt like we were just doing a lot of self-inflicted stuff, but they outplayed us. End of the day, I'd say.
But I do say this, man. It was good as advertising in terms of watching the game, man.
Dude.
Like,
I did want to touch on in the game, bro. That was the best atmosphere I was at ever in the Steelers game.
Even though I keep hearing people. Like they were calling into a radio show talking about how it was a good amount of Bills fans there.
There were, but they were cool, and that's the thing. Like,
but you know how it is. They don't. Steelers fans don't want anybody but Steelers fans at Heinz Field.
I get it. They were cool, man. I had one dude standing behind me. We were talking kind of throughout the game, and then there was one a few rows in front of me. He was hilarious. He was shirtless for half of the game, and then he was chirping with another dude in the same row, just like. It was like 5-6 seats down.
Yeah.
But it was like funny stuff. It wasn't like anything serious.
Not like Cleveland. Because even we saw them like aggressively chirping.
Even the security guards that were like right in front of us, they were laughing about it.
Okay.
And then after the game, like the dude that was shirtless, he went down to the guy he was chirping with. They like shook hands. They were talking and like having fun. And the guy behind me, he actually wished us well. He was like, "Hey man, I hope you guys get that 6th seed."
Yeah.
And yeah, we were talking just about like in general. We've said this before. He's like, "Man, you guys are so lucky you've had Ben." And like, I was like, "Dude, yeah, this has been a rough year for us, and we just don't really know what to think." He's like, "Yeah, this is how it's been forever for us the last 20 years."
Jim Kelly,
So it was cool. It was a really cool vibe. It was definitely electric. Like, dude,
like
it was hype, man.
Watching it was crazy. But you could definitely see like a good amount of Bills fans there, and like Steelers fans.
There were.
Like I said, calling in, tweeting in, they were pissed. They're like, "Yo, that's if you're a season ticket holder, you don't sell your tickets to Bills fans. You don't sell your tickets to the people of other teams. You give them away to your friends, and you just eat that. You never trade them away or put them back out there to sell like that." It was funny, bro.
Dude, actually, you know who was sitting in front of me too? Your barber.
Oh yeah, him. Yeah,
that was
my dog,
that was
Shout out
cool,
to
man.
him,
It was him and some of his friends.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Dude,
He had
that
the
was
fan pull up.
it was so much fun. It was such a fun game. I will say that. So I don't know if I want to say shout out or just maybe kudos to the Bills fans that were there.
No,
and
Bills
just-
Mafia, but this is the
It was
thing
cool.
though.
It was really cool vibe.
The thing that I always say is this.
Like little friendly
Yeah,
rivalry,
that,
I guess you could say.
Both fan bases, they do it the right way in terms of it's not like Cleveland where we saw that firsthand where it's like people over there are like aggressive for no reason. Like Bills Mafia, Still Nation, like they're dope fan bases, but they're not gonna be just tripping. Like they're not looking for altercation. They're just trying to root on their teams. One's rooting because we're always winning in Pittsburgh, and in Buffalo, they're rooting because they're so diehard, but they've been through so much that they're finally excited that their team is winning. So I'm like, I knew there were gonna be a good amount of them down here. It's a 3-hour drive. 3-hour drive, man. They're like, man, this is our first chance to see our team clinch a playoff spot. Right, 2 weeks left in the season? Like, yeah, this is a big deal for them.
Yeah.
Whereas for us, we're like, even with me telling you that we can win next week and get in the playoffs, we're still just kind of like, it's still gonna be a sucky season because we're not in the Super Bowl. Like,
Yes.
it's just a different vibe.
Yes. it
Like,
definitely is.
we win next week. Do you think Steelers Nation fans are going to be at MetLife Stadium going crazy, shirtless and all that?
For the Ravens game?
No. MetLife, the Jet Stadium.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Then like after the game, you saw the Bills fans out there like they're doing the post game talking. They, oh my god, jumping off of the trying to break a table and stuff. Like, no, they ain't even do that because we expect it. We're expecting to win. It's a difference in mentalities, but you can't fault them for that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh man, dude.
But I'm glad the atmosphere was electric, man.
No, it was.
Yeah, it was just dope time, man. Shout out, like I said, shout out to both fan bases, man.
No, it really was. And I just wanted to say we're probably a little spoiled, but hey, we can't.
Not a little. You are very spoiled, Deke. Very spoiled.
But hey, we rivaled the Bills tailgate a little bit with that one dude jumping on the table.
Yeah. Shout out to Nick. Oh man, yeah. Nick with the big beard. Yeah.
That was funny.
He wanted to jump through a table.
He successfully did it.
He did. He's definitely feeling that today. Because it looked like it hurt. Even when he landed, he was just sitting there like, I probably shouldn't have done that. And we're like, yeah.
Now, I guess a topic right now, kind of, but I think I know how you're going to answer it. I think you know how I'm going to answer this is Rudolph or Duck because Tomlin didn't officially
Correct.
name a starter. And I guess some people are talking about it.
His press conference will be Tuesday, so he might address it then. Yeah.
I say you stay with Duck, hands down.
No, I agree, man. And the thing that I guess I was frustrated about, even when we switched from Mason to Duck, and I told you this, I was like, I'm not a fan of when a player has a bad game, you put him on this super short leash and then you just yank him like that. And we talked about how up until that Browns game on Thursday night, even though Mason wasn't threatening downfield, he still was protecting the ball. He still was making sure that he wasn't killing us.
Yeah,
and the bad game versus the Browns,
and we didn't switch him. It was that carried over to the Bengals.
But
game.
But then I was saying like he was on a super short leash. So literally the first half of the Bengals game, he plays how he plays, and then it's like, oh, he's done. And now I'm like, I'll be a hypocrite if I'm saying the same thing about Duck. Like, oh, no, man, you need to yank Duck out. No, I'm not a fan of when a player has a bad game, you yank him out or you put him on a short leash. I feel like these are professionals. These guys didn't get here because everything was awesome and butterflies and rainbows. No, like you go through adversity. But I want to see how they respond to that adversity. And I think with Duck, he still has a chance to be a really good player in this league. Is he going to have growing pains? Yes. But the biggest thing he has to learn is, okay, you can't make certain throws at this level. I know you're a gunslinger. I know people have been telling you got all this touch. You got the it factor and all that stuff.
I did want to touch on that.
Yeah, I know people say all that it factor, all that, man. You just got it. Oh yeah. But when in reality, when all that mythological stuff goes away, it's like, no, X and O's. You cannot throw that ball there. You cannot do that there. And those are the things that he has to learn. And as long as he learns that, I'm like, yes, keep him in because he gives this team the best chance to win right now.
Yes.
That's personally how I feel. Mason could be the guy next year. Who knows?
Whoa.
In terms of, so in the similar situation, Ben hasn't thrown the ball. He won't throw the ball for another 2 months. So all I'm saying is, if Ben is not ready to go at the beginning of next season, Mason might be that guy. If Ben isn't back up to speed by the time next season starts, Mason might be that guy. That's all I'm saying. But we'll never know right now.
Dude, why'd you have to say it?
I mean, it's the truth. He hasn't thrown the ball in 2 months. I mean, he won't pick up and throw a ball for another 2 months. That's why he said he's going to keep growing his beard until he throws the ball.
Yeah.
So he's gonna look like Gandalf.
Yes.
Yeah.
First the loss, now just even the thought, because I typed this up in my notes. Yeah. Well, because obviously I was texting you too last night. Yeah. I was on another one.
You was on one, bro. You was on one. I felt like you just needed a case of like some icy lights, some natty lights, and some moonshine, something. Boy, you need something to just use your mind.
I mean, that was already in my system, but I typed up in my notes just as like topics or just general thoughts, hot takes. I said September 2020, just please, just fast forward me, please. But anyway, the it factor, you brought that up real quick, and I was thinking about this on my drive home.
Because you had that comment too. Who has the it factor? Josh Allen or Duck Hodges? You told me you wanted to post out there for them folk.
If anything, Jay,
go ahead, say what you gotta say, man.
Anyway,
I like how you still will not give any credit to them boys.
Dude, Josh Allen looked good. He looked good in that
it factor. Did he have the it factor?
I don't know yet.
Both things were equal, right? They both were playing against comparable defense. It wasn't because I hate when people are like, "Oh man,
no.
Duck Hodges outplayed Kyler Murray and Baker Mayfield." I said, man. I said, bro, Duck was going against the worst defense here and here. These dudes were going against the number one defense here and here. You can't tell me that's why he outplayed these guys.
With Josh Allen, he played good.
But even with that, you still never give him the real, like, you are. Yeah.
That's because his standards are high.
And what did I tell you? I said I don't change the standards.
I know, but here's
I grade them all the same.
I grade them all the same. I know,
and you find and like I just said, like I just said though, about people that want to compare Duck to, oh, he outplayed Kyler Murray, Baker Mayfield, this guy, that guy, and that guy. No, he didn't, because the defenses weren't equal. In a game where the defenses were equal, we saw who outplayed who. And you said that too when it's a game. I bet Duck outplayed Josh Allen.
In this game, yes. But
and we saw how it worked out. And I said, when all things are the same, I don't think that'll happen.
Okay, yeah, dude, I was wrong. Like, that's
I'm sorry. I shouldn't be.
I was wrong, man. I was wrong.
Dude, you know we good, man. It was a lot built up today.
And it's fine. And because this is like a monumental wrong for me, how I went about it, and that's how I felt.
Because at least with the 15-1, it was like, yo, you were a homer. Like, I respect that, because I want to say 16-0. I feel you on that. But it was just the way you went about it. You're right. The way you went about it,
that's how I felt, man. And that's how I felt with the Colts. And like I said, with the Rams. And I think I'm proven right with the Colts.
No, you barely.
Rams up
barely. Barely. What do you mean? That was a missed field goal away.
Aren't they 6-8 right now?
No, either way. In that game, they were a missed field goal away. And how are we going to talk? And don't. I'm going to say, even with the Rams, because even when I say with the Rams, even though like we picked for that game, I still said on numerous occasions, I don't know who the Rams are. And we just saw how 1 week they look awesome, 1 week they look trash again, bro.
But here's what I'm saying. As a team, that's how I feel about them as a team. It's football. Mm-hmm. Anything can happen on any given Sunday. And as the Rams as a team, they've turned it around.
Have they really, though?
Couldn't we say they had a bad loss? They're 8-6. They might miss the playoffs, but they're probably gonna end up 10-6 or something like that. As a solid team. Couldn't we say the same thing about the Steelers? We were 4-5 like a couple years ago, and then we go on this crazy run. Mm-hmm. Isn't at that 4-5 point, you're still that team. You're just waiting for things to start clicking. Anyway, all right, the it factor thing though with the quarterbacks. Had an epiphany on the way home.
Oh, okay, all right.
So with the Duck it factor, the Moxie, whatever. Yeah, there's different levels. Like I said, there's a franchise QB. There's a franchise QB.
What is different levels to the it?
Yes, the franchise QB it factor,
bro.
The mid-tier it factors, and then the scrappy QB it factor.
Which one does he fall into?
I think Duck's the scrappy QB it factor.
Oh my gosh. I love how you just continue to just make all these new guidelines and standards just for Duck. But we don't look at Mason in those standards. We don't look at anybody else in those standards, just Duck.
No, I'm not saying that it's a good thing. I'm not saying it's a good thing because, huh?
So why are you doing it then?
No, I'm just trying to make sense of all this.
It's simple to make sense of it. You can look at things that he does well, look at things that he does bad. You look at his numbers, and everything equals to what it is.
Anyway, the scrappy QB definition with the it factor is gonna make the splash play, gonna give you the confidence, is gonna give you a feel, give you a little burst, but at the same time, it's gonna be like the other side of the sword. What's that saying? Like two sides of the sword.
It's double-edged sword. Yeah.
Double-edged sword. He might bite you in the ass too, and we saw that yesterday with some of that confidence, with some of that, because he doesn't have that franchise QB just like natural ability, or the even.
Did you just call him Rudy?
No, man.
I feel you just called him Rudy.
I'm not, man.
He tries really hard. He has a lot of pride for the team.
Nah, man. I think
always want to go to Notre Dame.
Can't we say just eye test Josh Allen, rookie Ben, some of these other dudes in the league? They're just they're more naturally gifted. Carson Wentz,
very true.
So that's why we break it into tiers. Franchise QB,
no,
it factor, mid tier.
If you get the it factor, you have to be on it level. Period. If you're not on that level, then you don't get the it factor. It's how it works.
Can't you say Matt Ryan franchise QB, but he doesn't have the it factor for the franchise QB?
But see, for me, I don't really look at Matt Ryan as a franchise QB. I think that he is really good, but he's not in that great category. For me to be like, when I think of franchise, like a legit franchise,
so mid-tier QB, no it factor.
No, he's not a mid-tier QB. I say he's a good quarterback.
Good, okay.
He's a good quarterback. When I think of mid-tier, I think of Dak Prescott. Dak is like average to above average quarterback. I'm saying Matt Ryan is better than that, but Matt Ryan isn't near a Ben or a Brady or a Drew Brees or even a Patrick Mahomes, Pat Mahomes. So like that's kind of how I look at it. So for you to get the it factor, you need to be in that top tier category. I think it factor. I think Drew Brees. I think Ben. I think Mahomes. I think Phillip Rivers a couple years ago when he was healthy. Like that's what I think of for the it factor. So I'm like, you're not Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson gets the it factor. You're not getting the it factor if you're an average quarterback and you make 1 or 2 plays every 1 or 2 games. And now you want me to sing your praises? No, it factor shows up every week. It factor, I don't. It doesn't matter where we are. It doesn't matter what time in the game it is. You're gonna ball out.
I like this, man.
Like that's how I view it. That's why I always say we differ on some of these things.
I'm
man.
I'll definitely think about this. This might be a new chapter in the It Factor book, or a new
bro. Stop it, man.
Or a new little side note to put in because you're bringing up. I kind of like that. that.
It's like if you have the It Factor. Like with Mahomes, the reason it's the it factor because it's like, yo, he can pop off at any moment. You feel that. You're nervous about that. Like, yo, it's something about the guy. I don't know what it is. When he's out there, it just happens. Russell Wilson, the same thing. You know if you need to play, it just happens. It doesn't matter. It has to be in the fourth quarter. No. Ben, his rookie year, it didn't just have to be in the fourth quarter. You knew he's going to turn it on at one point in this game. It could be in the first quarter, it could be in the second, third. It don't matter when it is. He's going to turn it on. There's nothing you could do about it. Duck doesn't. Like, to me, I don't see that with Duck. I never feel like, oh, Duck got this thing where he gonna come out here and just ball. Like, you even text me, it factor, and what happens? Pick. Then you're like, it factor, what happens? Pick.
It was after the nice pass to James Washington.
Yeah, and I'm just like, no, bro, like you don't. It doesn't just. Oh, it's only right here when this it factor can transpire. No, Drew Brees, man, that boy, like literally instant. It's hot and ready. He might be having a bad game, but you know, at any moment. He can get hot. That's it factor. And there is there is no defense you can run. There's nothing you can do to stop it. I've been on the field versus guys like that. I've looked Ben in the eyes. I've looked Brady in the eyes. I've looked Peyton Manning in the eyes. And I'm like, bro, there ain't nothing we can do to stop this man. He gonna throw wherever he want to throw. He gonna look right and rocket that thing left, and we have zero answer. That's it factor.
I like that.
That's how I look at it, bro.
Okay, I do like that.
Yeah.
So I think my explanation though, Scrappy QB it factor is kind of.
You called him Rudy, but I got you.
Nah, come on, man. But anyway, maybe what you're saying is I need to just get rid of that the tiers and just stop thinking of it like that and just if you're top 5 or top 10, that's it.
Because you can't wow. I feel like you're trying to
This is a learning lesson.
Well, because it's like you're diluting the product. It's kind of like when everybody gets on Booger McFarland, right? Because he says everybody is a great player. Oh, that guy's a great player, right? It's like, bro, he's not a great player.
What would you say then? What should I say when we see Duck come in and the offense feels different? There's a different vibe. What do we say then?
Some people say game manager. Some people say that he has a good control of the offense. Some people say that he understands how to take care of the ball. He makes the right throws. It factor is it's special though. Like it factor is, it doesn't matter who the opponent is. It doesn't matter what call they have. How many times have you watched Tom Brady go out there at any point in the game and you're like, bro, if he's hot right now, there is zero that can happen. It doesn't matter if you blitz him. It doesn't matter if you sit in coverage. How many times have you seen with Ben? We posted on our social media the game when Ben went bonkers versus the Colts. Mm-hmm. It didn't matter what. Colts could have played with 13 guys a day. It did not matter. Mm-hmm. That's it factor, bro.
I like it, man.
It's just certain people, but if you give everybody the it factor, it dilutes the product.
That's what I'm struggling with right now because
you don't have your it guy. So you want to you're trying to find comfort in somebody else, and you want to anoint them that they have the it factor. And it's like, he can be a good quarterback. He can be an average quarterback. He might even be a bad quarterback. We don't know. But to just say that he has the it factor just to make you feel comfortable about him being out there, no, bro. Because for the guys who really do got the it factor, where's theirs there? You know what I mean?
That's what I'm trying to say. Different tiers, but maybe
if you call it's like I said, when you say everybody's, that was a great play. That was a great play right there. It was a 3-yard run. So when you see this 80-yard bomb, how is that great play the same as this 3-yard run great play? That's why you can't say it like that. You have to, that could be a good play or a really good play. But not everybody has an it factor. Not everybody's a great player.
Yeah, I like what you're saying there. So maybe just get rid of the tiers and just maybe
I personally would.
And maybe say I've been looking at things
I'm just
a certain way, and maybe I gotta
just tweak it,
shift the paradigm a little bit.
Look, it's no different than when Duck went in there and watched the film today. He said, "Look, man, I've been living a certain way. I've been saying certain things. I've been seeing certain things because he's made some throws, right? He's made some plays with a pass. Even in his Bills game, he was making plays.
Exactly.
And he's probably saying to himself, look, man, I used to say, I could do this and do that. But now that I've seen that I was wrong.
Maybe I got to rein it in.
I got to change. I got to check myself a little bit. And it's no different with you and the it factor. It's no different with you and how you were disrespecting a team from, Buffalo.
I've been saying this a decent amount throughout podcast episodes. This is a different year. So you're getting a different Deke, and you're getting different Steeler fans. We're wilding out. We're saying things.
Yeah, y'all are. And I told you, for me, I have a lot of experience with this.
We just don't know. It's just hard, man.
Because for me, out of 9 years, 5 of those years, 4 in Buffalo, 1 in AZ, was with non-it factor quarterbacks who people tried to anoint as having it factors.
Oh, they were saying this stuff too.
I've heard this with Ryan Fitzpatrick's my guy.
This is a universal problem.
Yes, I've heard it with Ryan Fitzpatrick's my guy. I heard it with him when they gave him the big contract. He's the it factor, fear of the beard. He has Fitz magic. We saw how that turned out. Then when we drafted EJ Manuel, he was 16th hilarious. Overall. They're like, he's got the it factor. He's tall. He can throw it. He can move a little bit. Wasn't happening. Then we had a young cat named Jeff Toole out of Washington State, undrafted, feel good story. We won a game with him, and they're like, this could be the guy to lead us. The team responds when he's out there. It's something, I don't know what it is. It's something about when he comes on the field, though, the guys play harder for him.
Why didn't you lay this out to me before?
No. Like, because I wanted to just watch you just run with this. You were like a dog with a bone. I was in AZ when they had Sam Bradford. They gave him $20 million, and they said, he could be the guy. Then they said, it's really about happening because we're gonna switch to Josh Rosen. Yeah, this is the one where he got the it factor. I've seen this on numerous occasions.
Because here's the thing you said whenever you would bring up these scenarios.
That's he about Trent Edwards as well.
No,
he was a first-round pick.
He was, yes, I remember him. Yeah. But
Thad Lewis.
Every time you would bring up your quarterback scenarios from other teams, you would kind of just say how it was tough and you know you guys are spoiled. You never explained to me what the fans were saying behind the scenes to warn us to not be like that.
And it was multiple times. A guy would win.
You never warned me.
A guy would win 2 games in a row.
You never warned me.
A guy would win 2 games in a row, 12-6, because the defense was nasty. Defense was balling out. You win the game 12-6. They're like, he's the guy. He's got the it factor.
Stop, man.
And then he plays a quality opponent and turns the ball over multiple times. I would never forget. I believe it was it would have been 2012.
Why didn't you warn us, man?
2012 season. We're down to our 3rd quarterback, and we're playing against the undefeated Kansas City Chiefs at the time. I think they were 8-0 at the time. And we had one of those it factor guys. He got some injuries, so now we're 7. It's the guy right here.
Who was it?
I forgot his name. I don't even want to remember his name. It was sick. It just made me throw up in my mouth. But the previous week, he had success. So we're like, but this is the Chiefs. Chiefs at the time were undefeated. Good defense. You know what I mean? We're like, all right, bet. We go out there and we get beat. I think it was 7-0 on a pick 6. No. It would have been 14 because he had 2 picks. One of them he ran back. And then next week he was gone. It was like, it factor. It factor. Yeah, it factor. You know who the quarterback was? I believe it would have been Matt Castle, I want to say at the time.
Maybe you did warn us a little bit. Maybe there was things that you did say and we just didn't want to hear. Maybe that's what it was. I don't know.
At the end of the day,
maybe you have to go through it.
At the end of the day, I tell you this all the time. We could be optimistic about a person. We could be extremely high on a person. But let's just be realistic as well. That's it, man.
I was to my knowledge. We'll put it. I think that's the best way to put it.
And you had somebody that was in your ear feeding you what you wanted to hear as well.
No,
shout out. That's it.
Nah, man.
He was giving you the information that you wanted to hear.
Let's put it this way. I think we go back and forth because I give it right back.
Yep. Hey, it was the perfect combination, and I was just the outsider. I'm the guy that, I'm not on the wagon. Yeah. Y'all are just, hey, did you see that? Yo, did you see that? Man, that was tight. And I'm over here like, average. But no, in all seriousness, no, man. Like, I think we'll be fine, though.
That was gonna be my question.
Done,
where do we go from here? You're optimistic.
I'm very optimistic, bro. How you feel?
I'm hurting. I told you, I'm hurting. Like I said, dude, are we just lying to ourselves here?
We're gonna find out because that's gonna be the poll on social. You always talking about putting polls. You always talking about we putting the videos up.
The only one I put up was the Kareem Hunt one.
So this is what we're gonna have to ask people. Are you optimistic about the Steelers' future going forward? Because I am.
I bet you it's 70-30 no right now.
I'm optimistic. You're not optimistic. We're going to see what the people say, man.
We got to ride with them, though. And I'm always going to be rooting for us. That's it. And here's going to be my hope right now, at least. Right now. Hey, we got a new game coming up. That's going to be new information coming in.
Hey, man, short week, man. You gotta,
now.
Wash it out your mind. Get ready because you got a big opponent coming on Sunday.
Right now, my mindset is any given Sunday because I see the wild card matchups. And I see us playing at Kansas City, and
factor.
I'm just done with that, dude. I need to.
That's what I'm just doing. I don't even think about that.
I'm going to any given Sunday as my hope right now. So, in an overall feel, an overall mindset, I'm hurting. I told you that. It's desolate, but I'm sticking to the any given Sunday motto right now.
Well, and I look at it like this.
But hey, we blow out the Jets. Man, we're back.
Absolutely. It factor. Hey, start the wagon again. But I'll say this, man. If Duck played in 10 games, how many times do you think he's going to have a game like last night?
Ben had a game or two like last night in a season.
But we're not about to put Duck and Ben in the same conversation. That's all I'm saying. Because you was about to do that.
No.
You were about to justify Duck's performance last night saying that Ben has had that before, and those are two different stratospheres.
No. We win that game.
Yeah.
Ben's in there.
Yeah. I would say, I've seen even Ben, when he throws 4 and 5 picks, he's still going to put up gaudy numbers. Like, let's be real about it.
Yes. And we might still be in some of those games.
Yeah.
Yes.
Without a doubt. So all I'm saying is, going forward, though, Duck isn't going to have multiple games like that. We're going to be fine, man. Okay. Our defense travels. How many times in Barry's life, Jordan Berry's life, how you think he ever kicked the ball like that? That's not happening again, bro. So we good, man. I ain't even sweating, bro. Here we go, Steelers.
Okay.
Here we go.
Thanks, man.
I'm here for you, Deke. I told you, bro.
I don't know if I want to hear that right now.
I'm the optimistic guy, bro. I love this team, bro. I can't help it. I get excited about them.
I don't know if I want to hear that right now, man.
That's where I'm at with it. And I'm torn because you know me. I tell you, I got 2 teams. We say most fans aren't allowed to have 2 teams, but mine is different because I play for both.
We're letting you have that.
Yeah. Like, I was torn because I was happy to see the Bills clinch a playoff spot, but I hated it because it came at our expense. And I wanted us to get that playoff spot first. It hurt. Shoot, my wife got a DM talking about, oh, that black and gold, you need to come to the winning side. I'm like, what? What? Like, that's what we get over here, Deke. You need to come to the winning side. All that black and gold. Come to the winning side. We in the playoffs.
Oh, man.
They said, bro, stop it. Stop it.
Is there anything else we're missing right now?
No, man. Like I said, man, just shout out once again to the Terrible Tailgate. Everybody that came through. Shout out to Wahlburgers, too. Providing the burgers and tots out there, man.
That was dope.
It was a dope experience, man. Ton of fun.
It really was, man. It really was. I didn't know how it was going to turn out.
I didn't either.
Because we haven't done anything like that. And then like the combination of playing a video game in the cold,
Yeah, would people like stick around for that?
Yeah.
But yeah, wait till I see the vid, Rose.
They did. They did.
nuts.
And you played better and better as the games went on. I'll put it that way.
Well, and it was a funny setup too for me because I'm used to playing against one person for a whole game. And you see my style of playing, right? I'm not the type that's going to throw it 30, 40 times. Like, I want to run the ball. I like to take my time. I want to eat up clock. I like to keep it a low scoring game, win with defense. But in that style of we're going to play each person for one quarter, and then when they get off, I stay on, the next person hops on and just takes over from where they played at. Bro, it was a recipe for disaster. It took us a couple games for me to realize, like, yo, we need to start resetting after every one for it to work out, bro. Because, yeah, I'm using all my timeouts in one quarter.
Some of those beginning scores were looking gaudy.
Yeah. It was like, yo, what is this? And then the one cat get on, he scores 3 points. But because the person before that had scored twice, it looked like I'm getting blown. I'm like, bro, this cat only got 3 points in this quarter right here. And I have 0 timeouts because I used them all in the first quarter for that one person.
They were moving the ball on you a little bit in the beginning. Yeah. What happened? What changed?
Well, I will say this too. Competition standpoint, video game wise, the younger they are, the tougher they are. Because you got to think 13 and under, what do they do when they go home from school? Homework, play the game.
Yep.
Period. So you notice when it was younger guys, I struggled. And then once they got older,
they were talking smack. They were like, this is easy.
They were.
Easy.
But then you saw when they got older, as the age went up, you started seeing them getting smacked more. and then I just like how you were chirping big time at me early on. Dang, Moats was going on. Dang, you can't stop him. Oh, you missed that tackle. And then I started getting off. 73-yard touchdown with James Conner.
I was talking in the crowd.
Now you want to start
recording.
turning your back. Now you want to start not. Oh, I didn't see that. I didn't know that was going on. Oh, I guess that was okay. Nah. Now you see, because like I play my games like how the Steelers play in real life. It's the war of attrition. We're not trying to come out here and put 60 up. No. I punt on 4th down. I know how to bring exotic blitzes. I'm a double A gap mug you, so that way I make all my guys get single rushers. I'm doing all that. Whereas you want me to play, and the fans at the time wanted me to play a more aggressive style, 5 wides, just slinging it out. I'm like, bro, for a 1 quarter game, that's not realistic for me because like y'all are gonna get up, and I gotta still be here. So I gotta make sure that I'm playing in a way that works.
You did a savvy move too, although I don't know if Duck was originally the starter. Mm-hmm. Did you switch the depth chart and put Ben in?
I definitely did.
That's a savvy play.
I definitely did.
Because
yes,
his rating was still the same, right?
Yes. So what ended up happening was this.
And it's a poor rating too. I think it's 85.
But this is the situation. I had the updated rosters and I had the regular roster. I said to myself, if I go updated rosters, I get Minkah Fitzpatrick, but I got Duck at quarterback. If I go regular rosters, I got Ben at quarterback, but no Minkah. I said, I love you, Minkah, but give me 7.
What you really should have done was grab like Madden 18 or something.
I thought about it. but you saw like the kids were calling. They were like, bro, is it on all Madden? Is it on competitive mode? What's this? What's that? And I'm like, look, they trying to come here and pick different teams. I'm like, no, you're not about to pick these different teams. If that's the case, give me the Chiefs and I'm going to light you up in here. But I'm like, no, we're going to keep it very, very realistic. I'm going to be Steelers. Y'all going to be the Bills. And we're just going to roll with it that way.
You know what we do is... we do 3 randoms. You do 3 randoms.
Oh, yeah.
And then you pick one of the randoms. If you don't like any of the randoms, you randomize the 4th and that's your team. So I was interested coming in to see how you were going to do the teams, and you kept it very organized.
Well, because I wanted to do something like that.
I think it's good for the visual, too, just because it's
Steelers,
Pittsburgh, Bills.
Right, and that was the thing. I was like, it looks good. We knew we had Bills people at the tailgate.
Because then, you would have seen Chiefs, Ravens out there.
It's not the same.
Saints, Patriots.
Right.
Yeah.
Because let's be real, I'm like, if I'm picking teams for a video game purposes, I'm going to pick the team with the most electric offense and roll with that.
Based off my experience in Madden, Vic was the man.
Oh, without a doubt.
I'm sure Lamar is like a crazy cheat code now.
He is, but he fumbles. That's the problem.
Really?
Yes. He gets hit, he fumbles on the game. The Chiefs offense, though, is insane. Tyreek Hill, you cannot guard.
Were you practicing a little bit or something?
Well, no, I bought the game Friday.
Yeah.
So I had a chance to go through the different teams to see like who's good, what's a not.
I was going to say, you sound like an expert right now.
Well, and like I used to play Madden a lot, but then once I got into the league, I was like, yo, I don't want to play this. It's not fun because I do this for like a living.
I'm with you, man. I haven't played in a minute.
I'm a Call of Duty guy. But you saw. Even with that being said, a real gamer is always going to rise to the top. And you saw how I looked. So with that being the case, baby, shout out to the boy, Benny Snow. I know you said you nice in Call of Duty. I might have to come holler at you one of these times.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
We could get a big matchup going here.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Yeah. All right, dude. Well, thanks for letting me vent.
And just gonna casually go over the fact that my hands were numb and my fingers were shaking, and you looking at me like I was crazy because you're standing by the heater.
I was sweating.
You were standing by the heater. I was too far below the heater, so I had no heat, and my hands were numb, legit shaking, bro.
I could not believe it when you turned back to me and said, "Can you turn that up,
bro?"
I was like, "What?"
My hands were numb, bro.
It's so hot right now. What do you mean?
I tell you, my hands were. I could barely like hold the controller, and then I had shout out to the kid. I was getting massaged by one homie, and then another guy came out the crowd and gave me a hand warmer, and that changed everything too because I actually like could move my fingers, bro.
That hand warmer was funny because you lent it to me for the game.
Yeah,
I left it in my pocket the whole game. But, like, I was fine. I didn't need it, like, in the game for whatever reason. Maybe because you're in a stadium, it gets warmer. I get home, that thing's still in my pocket.
Hot.
I'm laying in bed, and I'm like, why? What the hell is going on with my stomach?
It's hot, bro.
It was. It got
clean.
really hot.
It was clean, bro.
But that was funny. Thank you for that. Thank you for the tickets. Thank you for the seats.
All
it was
love,
awesome, bro.
man. All love. So, like I said, man, it was a great time. We appreciate y'all as always for tuning in, too, man. And I'm glad you came up here and you vented today on the mic, man.
Thanks for
Friday show growth.
Thanks for letting me do this.
Showed a lot of growth, man.
I am. I think I'm always trying to grow. We all should be.
Yes, indeed.
And you know how you could do that?
How you do that, man?
You read Moats Theory.
Moats Theory of Life, man. Available at moatstheory.com, man. You a good dude for that, baby. Shout out to the plug.
Anyway, thank you everyone for listening. And until next time.
Peace.